Hi, welcome. In today's tutorial, I'll be walking you through on a simple day trading strategy that I use often to make money on day trading. So, looking at the screen, you have your supply and demand. So that's the first one we have to treat in uptrend. It's a very effective and simple strategy that anybody can understand. I have full term following strategy. Second to divergence. So these are the three things you got to learn with me today. So without wasting much time, let's go straight to the point. I use supply and demand zone to capture some news that happens that is not effective to the market. Do you understand? So whenever I see a trend change and you notice that the price was in downtrend or uptrend depending on the structure of the market, but in today's case study, you're using downtrend. So looking at the screen, you notice that the price was in downtrend after this very zone change the structure shift of this very event here. So it brought my attention. Then I was just hoping for breakup structures for the trends to still continue making its move. You see a breakup structure, another breakup structure. That means downtrend. After a while, we saw little change of structure here for the price, getting the last lower low for this point, thinking that the trend will change. But unfortunately, there's a very big spike candle that moves down to continue the downtrend. So what calls your attention? That shows you that something significant happened at this very point. This is the point I mean. Something significant happened at this very point. This very point here. So all you need to do is just to wait patiently for the market to fill this gap. You use the last candle before the spike to draw your supply zone. Set your order, you set your pending order, or you may use manual entry. You can use this. You saw what happened here. This pin bar here calls for entry. So whenever you saw you target the last lower low before the bet. That's how I want to trade. So that's how to trade. You see what happens after the price peak fill this gap. You see how slow the market went before it hits our target. So that's how to trade it. So look very, this is what I mean by that. Whenever you saw a price in downtrend or uptrend, and you notice that the price was in downtrend or uptrend, look for very big spike candle. Whenever you saw, you know that there is maybe a news or something significant happens or an institution pulls the other. All you need to do is just to wait for the price to slowly fill this big gap here. Once you use your last candle before the spike to draw your supply zone, once the price touches there, you'll be hoping for good entry, and that's how I win trade with this very simple but a very effective strategy. So let's move to the next one. This one is called trade following. Some people miss trades because they capture little move in the market. That's not a good one. But for me, whenever I saw a very good, whenever the market calendar, whenever the economic calendar was in a good condition, I normally stay good to the market. I don't hesitate to move on to capture the little profit I made. And what often I use trend following strategy that you see. I use just my 50 period moving average or 20 period moving average to guide the trend. So looking at the screen, we notice that the price break off from this very with a triangular formation. So after this breakout, it moves down to retest the last lower low. That means for those of people who are trading SMC, they'll see that this is a fair value gap, and they pick up the order and do what? Break off this structure. This calls for my entry. This very zone calls for my entry. This very zone here calls for my entry. Then the only thing I'll need to do is just to put my stop loss within this very zone. Then once I have another break off structure and return, I will do what? I'll place my order. I'll place my stop loss within this zone. Then if I have another break off structure, I'll place my stop loss within this zone, and so on and so forth. So where will I get out from the trade? Whenever the price fails to do to make another higher high and mitigate the last lower low, I will exit my market. The same thing happens here after the trend shift in the market. Notice that there is a trend shift here. what happens? The price continue its downtrend. Some people will capture just a little move here, but for me, I use the same principle to guide the price and the market at that very point in time. The only rule here is that make sure the price is moving in a very good direction and there is a very good economic stability. There's no news coming or days to come or weeks to come. That's the only way to be safe with trend flowing strategy. So let's move to the last one but not the least, which is called divergence. Divergence is a very effective trend strategy that I use to know when turning points of the market. So whenever I saw it, I don't nakedly look at the chart. I use indicator called MACD indicator. MACD indicator, I customize it to my own very set to suit my own trading strategy. You saw I shift everything to use to see only bars. So these bars helps me to know when the market is changing momentum. You saw what happened here. The market is changing momentum for this point. So that shows you that something significant is about to happen. What you need to do is the last low before the change in the MACD indicator should be your reference point. You pick your horizontal or your line. Just make sure you place it in order. Once you have a breakup structure, once you break off from this zone, I have to call out entry here. I have trend that breaks off, but this little candle shows no momentum. That's why I wait patiently for this very low to clear out. So the low clear out, it calls for my entry. This is my entry bar. I targeted before the market closes on Friday. So that's how to trade it. So anything that I teach you here, try to backtest it before you start using it on your live trading account. Remember to subscribe if you have a value so far from what I've taught you. I'm a day trader, full-time trader. That's all I do, but I don't have much time to start editing videos. That's why I always do my video this way. So pardon me, make it whenever I have time. I'll start make improvements in whatever I'm doing for now. Thank you and God bless you. See you next time. Bye for now.